Hi everyone! One of the most asked questions that I get is, what do you wish more people knew about adoptees? I get adoptive parents wondering what are some of the things my child will be thinking about as they grow older, and what will they wish that I knew? Here are my top 5 responses. No experience is the same. Just because one adoptee feels a certain way about a certain topic doesn't mean that all adoptees feel that way. And just because one adoptee is more comfortable sharing their story with someone else doesn't mean that all adoptees are comfortable sharing personal details about their life. Each person has so many different factors that affected their adoption story, and so you really cannot compare. Yes, we share a similar experience, but that doesn't mean we all feel the same way about it. We don't think of ourselves as lucky. It really oversimplifies the circumstances under which a child is put up for adoption or put into foster care. There is so much tragedy and a lot of traumatic experiences and effects that can arise. To say that we are lucky that we are put into that system is pretty demeaning. I think about the fact that a family had to give up their child, and I do not think of luck. I think that it also oversimplifies the role of the adoptive parent, and it contributes to this savior complex. When couples adopt, specifically children who are minorities, there are some people who will say, oh, they're such a saint for adopting that child. Or you saved that child, you gave them another chance, they're so lucky that you came along. And when people say that to my mom, she's just like, no, we just wanted a baby. Our experiences are very complex and personal. Being able to open up about your adoption story is a very, very personal experience. And if someone is willing to tell you that, that doesn't mean that you have the right to ask all these prodding questions. I tend to be more open to sharing things about my story with other people, but that doesn't mean I love it when someone finds out I'm adopted and the first thing they ask is, why were you abandoned? Why didn't your real parents want you? Who are your real parents? You don't want to find out? Why? What are orphanages like? Do you ever wish that you weren't adopted? Asking all these questions is really none of anyone's business. Being adopted is not like a fun fact you find out about someone. It's an entire life experience and life journey. Wanting to learn about our past is not a snub at our present. It's especially important for adoptive parents to know, because just because we want to learn about our past doesn't mean we care about the life that we have any less. Whether we put together the pieces of our past or not is up to us. If someone wants to learn more about their culture, then they should have the resources and the support to do so. And if they don't, that's totally fine too. I didn't want to do that for a really long time, and I was perfectly happy and content. And finally, we are the voice for adoption. Truth be told, if an organization or a movement has not been able to garner support about adoptees but claims it's for adoptees, it's actually probably most likely for money. Adoptees are the ones who've lived it, adoptees are the ones who understand it, and you should read our stories. Get a lot of different people's experiences. There are so many outlets to do so. 2 of my favorites that I've written for are Dear Adoption and Overcoming Odds. Both are really great resources for both adoptive parents and adoptees who are searching for a sense of community. And that's it. I hope that this has been useful and that people are continually empathetic to how unique and personal adoptee situations are. It really means a lot to me when people who read my story reach out and tell me that they learned something or that it's touched them in some way. So thank you so much for that, and thank you so much for watching.